Welcome back to the Morning Show right here on the Rise News channel. The Supreme Court has reserved judgment in Sam Anyanwu's appeal which seeks to set aside the High Court judgment that removed him as National Secretary of the People's Democratic Party, a decision affirmed by the Court of Appeal, Enugu Division. Earlier, the Apex Court had dismissed Anyanwu's application for a stay of execution of judgments that sacked him. This follows the withdrawal of Anyanwu's counsel after the respondent counsel accused Anyanwu's camp of filing a similar application at the Federal High Court. The Apex Court subsequently dismissed it. During the proceedings, Justice Emmanuel Agbim, a member of the five-member panel, asked Paul Orokoro if he is aware that there is no court that has jurisdiction to decide matters bordering on leadership of political parties.
The courts have always held that domestic affairs of political parties, they will not interfere. And we are urging them that we don't agree that that's the law. We believe that they've interfered in the past, but we are begging them that if that is the law, they should see the injustice that it is causing and depart from their previous decisions, as they did in Sheriff. Because you remember that in Sheriff and the PDP, I think it was one of the most famous cases in the matter. The court decided. So the other side, of course, disagrees. We'll put in our arguments. We'll see. Let's see what the courts will. Let's see what they'll decide. It's not the substance of what they say. The point is that they assumed jurisdiction. They decided the matter. They didn't just throw it out that, oh, it's an internal affair of a political party. They didn't do that. They actually decided the matter. So we're saying that they should follow that example. We don't know if we've persuaded them. We'll see.
Joining us now is Kola Ologbondiyan, former National Publicity Secretary of the People's Democratic Party. Great to have you. I'd like to ask you this. In a scenario where Anyanwu wins at the Supreme Court, what will the PDP do?
That's a tough question. But the party has already decided who its national secretary is. And as I don't know if you are aware, the party had written to INEC identifying Right Honorable Udeh-Okoye as its national secretary. And the fact that there had never been a stay of execution on the matter showed that it is the responsibility of Honorable SKE to continue to function as the national secretary. But when you come in and say that, oh, if the Supreme Court decides on the side of the Senator Sam Anyanwu, that what would the party do? Well, I do not see, I don't want to jump before the decision of the Supreme Court. We'll wait and see how the judge, what the Lord Justices will say. But I think that it is the responsibility of every political party to choose who their leaders are. And in this situation, I think that going by the letter that was written by to INEC and duly signed by Damagum and Udeh-Okoye, asking INEC to recognize the signature of SKE Udeh-Okoye, it shows clearly the direction where the party is.
Mr. Ologbondiyan, that's why I say in a scenario, I'm trying to paint a scenario. So it could be a worst-case scenario for your party that Anyanwu wins in court. I'm not saying I don't understand what has been going on, that Udeh-Okoye is affirmed by the party. In a scenario where the court rules in favor of Anyanwu, what's going to be the next step of the party?
Well, I pray and I hope that doesn't happen because it will affect the foundation of the People's Democratic Party if that does happen. And if you permit me, let me leave it there.
What foundation? I will not permit you, and I don't want you to leave it there because I want to know the foundation it will affect.
Roofing the fire. I mean the foundation of the structure of the PDP.
Tell me more about it.
Will be affected.
Tell me more about it.
About the foundation.
Yeah, what will be affected?
Parties are made of people. Parties are made of people. And if majority of the members are on the side, and the judgment turns around and gives judgment on the side of the minority, you can imagine what will happen.
Is it the wicked?
And as we speak today,
is it the wicked faction that will be emboldened? That's why you're saying it will affect the structure, and you don't want that to happen. Is it that wicked conundrum?
It will definitely affect. It will definitely affect because it will naturally mean the final, and I mean in every sense of finality, of the acquisition of the People's Democratic Party
by Yusuf Wike
for All Progressives Congress by the FCT minister, Yusuf Wike. That will be the end of the party. Right. And I'm sorry to say this.
So, I mean, that's a very strong statement that the a ruling of the Supreme Court would either make or mar the PDP? Because you're saying that in the event...
Certainly, it will either make or... Certainly, Ayo.
That's a very powerful statement. Now, in the interim, this whole issue, power tussle, secretaryship tussle, is still causing a lot of division and adding or compounding the issues that the PDP is currently facing. Only, was it yesterday or 2 days ago, there was the matter around calling for INEC meeting, who signed, postponing of the meeting here and there. And what they're claiming is that Udeh-Okoye is illegal. He's not supposed to be there, at least based on the last appeal court ruling that Sam Anyanwu is the substantive secretary. However, it seems like the PDP is backing Udeh-Okoye. What is the current status of things? Who is the secretary currently? Who has the powers to call, postpone meetings or act in that capacity? Because there's a lot of confusion. One person is releasing a statement, the other releases a counter statement. There's mudslinging in media. It just looks like a house of commotion. Who is your secretary currently?
Well, going by the last letter, which was signed to the Independent National Electoral Commission, signed by Damagum and SKE Udeh-Okoye, it shows clearly that Udeh-Okoye is the recognized National Secretary of the People's Democratic
By law, who is recognized?
If it were not so...
Before INEC, legally speaking, who is recognized?
Yes.
Because Mr. Anyanwu is claiming different. He's saying that the last appeal court ruling was in his favor. And so it's not, PDP is acting outside of the law. So that's what I'm saying. Legally, INEC recognition, who is the PDP secretary?
Ayo, it will be surprising for Senator Anyanwu to say that. The Court of Appeal judgment that is standing is the Court of Appeal judgment delivered by the Enugu jurisdiction, which recognized Udeh-Okoye as the National Secretary. Fact. Undiminished fact. And proceeding from there, I'm aware that Anyanwu went for a stay of execution in the Court of Appeal in Abuja, court of the similar jurisdiction, or even not same jurisdiction, and no decision was reached on the stay of execution. Just yesterday, I'm aware, because I heard in the opening remark or something, where it was stated, I think Rufi stated that, the Supreme Court struck out the issue of stay of execution. So going from there, from my own understanding, although I'm a layman, but from my own understanding, it shows that there is no stay on the decision of the Court of Appeal delivered in Enugu. And as such, Udeh-Okoye is the substantive National Secretary. And as well, I don't know if you are aware, he's been meeting with his colleagues in the National Working Committee, and they have been taking decisions on behalf of the party. So my argument had always been that, look, let's wait and see what the court will decide. But in doing that, let's Senator Sam Anyanwu allow the process that has recognized Udeh-Okoye. If he gets a judgment from the Supreme Court saying that, he is now the substantive secretary, we'll take it up from there.
Okay. So I want to pry into that alleged structure your party has, like you said. And I said alleged for a reason, because I feel that structure doesn't hold water again. We have seen how till date your party has not been able to consolidate. There's another tussle going on as regards the South-South Congress that happened. Your party is saying otherwise. Those that organize the Congress is saying that they are actually on the path of truth. What's your take on that? Is this not a further disintegration of the alleged structure you say your party has?
No. It doesn't that doesn't disintegrate the structure of the party. I've always liked to maintain a position, which is that the party has a challenge, and there's a contestation for power between those who wants to lead the party as an adjunct of the All Progressives Congress, and those who are saying that, look, we are not leaving this party, we are staying in the party, and we cannot foul the water that we have drank from. So these are the two tendencies in the party. So when you go to the South-South zone, you have the FCT minister organizing participating in a zonal congress, and you have 4 governors elected on the platform of the party not participating in that process, and the party has said that they were not involved in the zonal congress that held in Calabar, where the FCT minister participated. And as a matter of fact, the report that was brought to the National Working Committee arising from that Calabar zonal congress was outrightly rejected by the party. But to go further from what you have said, today, present, as we speak now, there are 2 courts that have taken decision. There's a court which on Friday, 7th of March, took a decision that the party should go ahead and organize a zonal congress. There's another decision on Monday, the 10th, from the Federal High Court Abuja, Justice Omotosho, saying that, oh no, the party cannot go ahead and conduct this, that it must recognize the congress in Calabar. But I do know, and from the circumstances around, and from the issues that we are seeing in the party, I think the party is on the side of those who have called for a new congress. And as a matter of fact, the party has already provided dates that the new congress will hold. That's the situation. But talking about the fact that, oh, the structure is shaky. Within the party, everybody knows where they belong. I know what I stand for, and others also know what they stand for. But like I said, I hope the Supreme Court will allow the party to take its decision, or the Supreme Court will apply with the decision of the party as already taken by the party.
But that court hearing is also scheduled for March 18, 2025, as regards that Omotosho angle that you talked about.
No, I don't think so. What I am saying is that there are 2 issues. Yes, the zonal congress has been scheduled by the party already, and there's a state high court in Bayelsa which has granted the order since Friday, 7th of March, and now there's the Justice Omotosho's court taking the decision also on Monday in respect of the same matter.
But there's a court, hearing on that same matter that's been scheduled for the 18th of March, 2025. So this idea of the party now saying people should pick dates and go ahead, then, what is happening to your party? Too many court cases everywhere.
No. Well, that's the unfortunate reality as we speak today, that our issues are no longer being decided by the party alone, but every issue that is spoken to or that arose in the party will have to be taken to the court. But we'll see how it all pans out.
Let me update you.
Or it all panned out.
Let me update you. Yeah. This court decision came as a response to the ex parte filed by Alaba George Turner, who serves as the zonal secretary for the South-South zone of the PDP. Turner alleged that the PDP national leadership was planning to convene a meeting on the 11th of March 2025 to nullify the outcomes of the meeting. In his ruling, Justice Omotosho emphasized that the importance for allowing all parties to present their cases. He ordered the defendants to be served through substituted means by pasting the court documents at the PDP national headquarters. He also cautioned defendants for taking any step that could undermine pending motions or render the court's eventual decision inactive. The court has scheduled their next hearing for March 18, 2025 to allow the defendants file their responses for a possible hearing on the motion for interlocutory injunction. So if this is on ground, why is you saying that your party is going ahead to say they want to fix a date for this other?
I don't know. I don't know if injunctions. I'm not a lawyer, Rufi the Fire, but I don't know if injunctions affect actions that had already been taken. I don't know. No, I'm not a lawyer. I'm a layman. So I don't know.
So why are you
if
people,
you are already if you are already taking an act?
No, the question is, why are you people not waiting for this date of hearing?
When action had been taken already, when party had already decided that it will hold its congress on so and so date, party had already done a statement, it has scheduled date already.
Okay. All right, okay.
And how can we in one, wait, Rufi, let me make the last point.
Yes.
All right.
How can we in one breath say that courts are not managers of the party?
Okay,
and in another breath, party say this is what we want to do.
Let me give you the trajectory. It was 11th of March that you people convened that meeting where you said you were going to nullify the zonal meetings and have another one, right? Because what the court
11th
here,
of March.
what the court here is saying is that Turner alleged that the party was going to come together yesterday. So in anticipation of that, he quickly went to court, sought an injunction. The injunction said, let's stay for the action. And the court is scheduled to have a next hearing on the same injunction on the 18th of March, 2025.
Well, to the best of my understanding and knowledge, I think that decision has been reached before the 11th on the issue. But that's the feedback that I got from the party before I came here this morning.
Okay.
Decision had already been reached.
All right. Let's come back
I don't know.
to...
I know that I was taken yesterday. We'll stop a decision that has been reached.
Okay.
All right, let me move away and come very quickly to recent happenings. Earlier today and from yesterday, the news had broken about Nasir El-Rufai jumping ship from the APC to the SDP. Recall when people had asked him, when he had been asked as to whether or not he would consider the PDP, he said he wouldn't touch the PDP with a long pole. What do you think the impact of this defection would have on the coalition that perhaps the PDP is looking to enter into to position itself stronger for the 2027 elections? How do you think this will impact your vote?
Well, I believe that when people talk about coalition, and from what we are reading from people's lips and what we are hearing, I think that the coalition is beyond individual. And I'll give you a practical example. Ahead of the 1999 general election, when the parties were being formed in 1998, some members of the Alliance for Democracy took decisions that they will not participate in a party where certain names were being mentioned as being part of the process. And in honesty, they pulled back, and that was why we had the Alliance for Democracy, the AD. But proceeding from there, some of the prominent members of that group later joined the PDP government and participated in PDP government. So, where politicians take decisions on the basis of facts that are available to them at the point in which they are making reactions. So, for us in the People's Democratic Party, the party has not taken a decision in respect of coalition or merger. But I know that there are strong personalities within the party and outside of the party who are in discussions in respect of coalition. And I think they have the right to follow that route. So what El-Rufai is saying is limited to him and to his own decision. But if you also read El-Rufai's resignation letter from the APC, you will find a section where he did say that without prejudice to him joining the SDP, that he will continue to work in concert with other politicians or Democrats or whatever, whichever way he puts it, with a view to forming a larger party. So I think we should not discuss El-Rufai in isolation of that part of the comment of his resignation.
Anyway, but this same El-Rufai has said that he will never have anything to do with the PDP, although the fact that he was coming from the PDP in the first place of this is political journey. So how possible is it going to be? And secondly, what structure would the PDP take into a coalition? Is it the Atiku structure or the Wike structure? Because you people forget, there are prying eyes everywhere for any move you make. Even that SDP, Baba might be waiting for all of you there. So what structure is the PDP going to take into this? Atiku or Wike structure?
Rufi, before I answer your question, let me express my detest for this culture of silence and the notion that, oh, the big brother is watching, and so you cannot even take decisions. Honestly, it's disgusting. And our politics hasn't ever been found in this kind of environment. It hasn't. So why? So because, oh, the big brother might be watching now, you can't even drink water and drop cup. Is that what we are saying?
But that's literal. Please,
So,
please, Mr.
Ologbondiyan,
Ologbondiyan, please, can I ask you a very important question? Since the end of the last
Please
election,
go ahead.
can you show me a moment the PDP has drank water and dropped cup? Can you show me one moment that the PDP has been able to drink water and drop cup since the end of the last election? Show me one moment. And you say Big Brother doesn't know about everything.
Since the last election. Wait now, Rufy now. Since the last election, we have a situation. we have had situations in which we have drank water and dropped bug.
No, that's not true.
I'm not saying that. Wait, Rufy the fire. Wait.
Yes, sir.
Rufy the fire. Wait. I'm not at the same time saying that. I'm not at the same time saying that we don't have challenges. No. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is that this notion of Big Brother is watching, if you go and drink water now, he will see you. If you go and eat food now, he will see you. So if he sees you, what does it matter? What should it matter?
But he's watching.
So as media practitioners, we as media practitioners, we should help this democracy grow by ensuring that opposition is not killed. At any rate, I'm a believer that nobody can kill opposition. Because if you block them on the right, they swing to the left. And if you block them on the left, they swing to the middle. So I'm not one Nigerian who subscribes to the notion that, because certain person is in power or certain interests are in power, opposition will die. Opposition will not die. Rufy the fire, let me tell you, let me repeat it here. I don't know if I've said it here before. There will be implosion even in President Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu's party, the APC. And anybody who is in doubt of that should look at what has happened with El-Rufai's resignation. El-Rufai, I'm not saying he's the founder, but he's the founder. Sorry, Ayo. El-Rufai is the founder. I would not say he's the founder, but it's a funding machine in the All Progressives Congress. And if a funding machine can leave the party, you can imagine what is going to follow. So let us, as media practitioners, because we are together in this one, as media practitioners, let us find a way to embolden the opposition. Because without opposition, there is no democracy. So we should not discourage opposition members and say, the Big Brother is watching, don't go and drink water.
You didn't answer the question very quickly. We have 30 seconds. The question on which structure, the weakest structure, the article structure, if there's a coalition. That question.
Any of the structure. No, true. Any of the structure can go. It depends on how you feel about Nigerians. Today, I was reading, the World Bank said that 129 million people have been pushed below the poverty line. Is it the same people now that will say, because of Big Brother, they will not vote their own way? Is that what we are saying? Look, as you live among people, ask your neighbors how they feel. Even though there's a culture of silence and people cannot talk, but they express their opinion when they see people that they can entrust their confidence. So about structure that will go to the coalition, I don't know the structure yet, but I know that PDP will be in the coalition. Not even it might not be as a party.
Mr. Ologbondiyan, thank you so much for your diary session on this edition of Political Big Brother.